Hey guys, and welcome to Rough Gear Review. Today we're going to have a look at the HK MR556 A1. Now this is the civilian version of the HK 416. This is semi-automatic. It's a gas piston system. And overall, this is basically an AR. Very similar to your regular AR-15s that you're going to find, except this is a match rifle, and the quality of the build of this is just incredible. This is a phenomenal rifle. Matter of fact, this is actually one of my favorite rifles that I've ever had my hands on. It's definitely one of my favorite ones that we have here in the inventory. Definitely my top 3 that we have here. This is a great gun. Real quick before we jump into looking at this gun, you know, I just want to make a couple of real quick points. Before we do a video, we have the gun about 6 months. We try to get at least 2,000 rounds through something before we do a review for you guys. And during that time, I always check out a lot of other videos on it and read people's comments. And you know, we'll post on a forum and we'll see what kind of feedback we're getting in the regards to that particular weapon. And again, you know, we've had a few HKs here. We have the MR556A1. We have a review up on that one. We have some pistols. We have an HK USC. HK makes really great stuff. They're phenomenal. Thing is that everything in HK is kind of pricey. But there's a reason for that. I mean, when we break this down today, we're going to show you, I mean, there's a lot of engineering that goes into this. This isn't just your standard AR. You know, this completely blows away the Colt AR that we have here. This is a great gun, but they're pricey. And you know, we've heard things about, you know, the HK's customer service isn't that great. I've said it before, that funny thing we always hear, we're HK and we hate you. I've heard people say that because this particular rifle doesn't have a chrome lined barrel, that's a deal breaker. That you need a tool to remove the takedown pins, that's a deal breaker. I mean, I've heard everything about this rifle, and I got to tell you the truth, it just cracks me up the whole time. You know, we got a lot of emails and stuff when we put on the forum that we were doing this. Also on our website, I think we had the review of this HK up there first in print form, and we had gotten quite a few emails about that. And there's one thing to kind of remember if you're in the market looking for this HK MR556, which is probably why you're watching this video. There's a couple of trains of thought out there when people are buying ARs or buying a gun in general. There's some people that are collectors, that they collect all kinds of different firearms. There are people that are just avid shooters. I mean, they just shoot all the time. They love the sport, and you know, they have a multitude of weapons, and sometimes they want just the very best, or you know, whatever the case may be. There's also people that just happen to love a certain brand of gun. I'm a big fan of HKs. I like them a lot. It doesn't mean that I'll go out and buy everything that HK makes, but if there's something that I get my hands on that I really like, sure, I'm going to buy it. Then there's also people that buy guns because, you know, maybe they think the world's coming to an end, or they are buying it for the upcoming Civil War they think is about to happen, or whatever the case may be. We get a lot of emails from people like that discount the gun because of certain features, like that it doesn't have a chrome lined barrel, or that it's heavier than a regular AR. And they tell us, well, you can't, if you lose the little tool, you can't take it down, you can't take it apart in the field. This is the civilian version of this rifle. If you're looking for a gun that you're going to take to war, I wouldn't buy this. I'm not quite sure which war you're going to go to if you're a civilian living in the United States, but if you think that's coming and that's right around the corner, don't buy this. Stop watching the video right now. You're not going to like this gun at all. You're going to hate this gun, actually. For everybody else that's just looking to get a phenomenal, great AR platform rifle, then keep watching the video. You're going to like this. This is a great gun. So, now that that's been said, let's have a look at this HK. Okay, so here we have the HK MR556A1, the civilian version of the HK 416, which is a select fire weapon that is used by many militaries, special forces, and actually it's being used by our U.S. Marine Corps now. This is the civilian version. This is made here in the United States with both U.S. and German parts. There's a couple of things on this that you're not going to see on your average AR that you're picking up in your local gun shop. And one of the big things that everybody sees on ARs is the chrome line barrel. And people love that because everybody loves something that the military is using. This particular rifle isn't going to have a chrome line barrel. And that's because HK felt that, first of all, this is a match rifle. That's what MR stands for. It's match rifle. And then HK felt that the chrome lining would take away from the accuracy of the barrel of the weapon. And that is true. And the reason that you have chrome line barrels is because guns in the military are, those guys are shooting thousands and thousands and thousands of rounds, and select fire weapons are shooting in full auto, and that's a lot of wear and tear on the barrel, and that's why they chrome line those barrels. In the civilian world, you don't need that. You're seeing it in a lot of weapons because a lot of the guns out there mimic what the military is using, and it's a selling point to the public. But you don't need it. You're not going to wear out this barrel. You can't shoot that fast. Maybe some of you can, I don't know. But you're not going to burn out this barrel just because it's not chrome lined. And that should not be a deal breaker. If you're in the market for an HK, and that's what you're looking for. If you're in the market for the HK, then that's why you're watching this. If you're just in the market for, run-of-the-mill AR, then you're gonna stick with something in about the $1,000, $1,200 range for a Colt. But if you're looking for a higher end AR, then that's what you're looking for here. And these are going to run you street price about anywhere from $2,700 to $3,000 for this. Now all the controls on this are just going to be like your standard AR platform. You have a charging handle. Bolt's going to lock back. It's got a bolt release on the side just like your standard AR. Magazine release like your standard AR. This has an ambidextrous safety. One cool thing on these though, as I'm sure you noticed that on your regular AR platforms, you can't put it in safe unless the hammer is cocked back. And on the HK you can. You can put it in safe or fire no matter what, whether the hammer is back or whether it's been fired. And I like that. That's kind of a nice feature that I liked on this. You can see that we've outfitted this one differently than the way it comes from the factory. It's going to have a 16.5 inch barrel. It's not chrome lined, it's nitrate lined. It is 1-7 twist on this. It's going to shoot 5.56 or 2.23. The way the rifle comes, it does come with different sights. I ended up putting Troy flip-ups on it. If you are going to put Troys on these, you want to go with their micro sights, not the regular AR sights. With an ACOG, with a Trigicon RMR on the top. HK is going to come with this collapsible stock. Actually from HK also I put this little attachment here on the back. This is so I can put a sling on. The butt pad on this is a little different. The one that comes from HK is concaved. This is more like the butt pad for the 416. The grip, it's a different angle, but I gotta tell you, man, it feels good. I really like the way this grip feels. It's a little bit of a different angle, but it feels very natural in my hand. I like it a lot, actually. The trigger guard was different. It was just a standard flat one that you see on ARs. We went and put one on here from Troy, and we went with the Surefire 4N Light. Also, we ended up picking up these rails here from HK, and all in all, I mean, I really like the setup. This is, like I said, one of my favorite guns to take out and shoot. It's highly accurate. This is a phenomenal gun. It feels really good. It's very well balanced. It's heavier. Without the magazine, and when it comes stock, it's weighing a little under 9 pounds. That's pretty heavy for an AR. But remember, this is a match rifle. This really isn't designed to be walking around all day with. And a lot of that weight's coming because you can see this barrel is a heavy barrel. It's not profiled like you'll see on an M4 barrel. And this fore end is actually pretty heavy duty too. And actually, overall, the whole gun is built pretty heavy. It's a real heavy-duty weapon. And you know, so far we have about a little over 2,000 rounds for this one. It's been extremely reliable. It's been a great gun. One thing on this is it'll take all standard GI mags. It won't take Generation 2 PMags, but it will take Gen 3 PMags. And another thing it won't take is the Surefire 60-round magazine. We have one here. It won't fit. It feels like you're slamming it up there. It just won't lock in place, though. The 416 does take that, though, so they've had to change up the mag well a little bit here, I guess, for the civilian version, because it won't take that magazine. Unless, for some reason, I just have one Surefire 60-round magazine that's built differently. I don't know, but the one we have won't work in this gun. Like on the MR556A1, you need a tool to take this apart, and we're going to do that real quick here. In the buttstock, just like the other one, butt pad comes off. There's a little tool inside of here, and this is what you need to take the pins out. The pins have little ball bearings in them so that they don't move, and that's, you know, probably great for a match rifle. You can fire all day long and your pins are never going to move. Although, in truth, I fired a lot of my ARs all day long and the pins have never moved either. I'll show you real quick how we... You see, it doesn't take anything to remove that pin. You know, and once you have it apart, you can have a look at this and you can really see that the build quality is impressive with this HK. If I take this and compare it to one of my regular ARs, I can see the difference in the build. And that's, you know, that's where you're spending some of that money. When you buy this, it's going to come with a tool from HK. And you can take this fore-end off to access the piston so you can get that all cleaned up. And it's really simple. It's just one bolt here. And this is... this bolt, when you pull it out, it won't come out all the way. It'll catch right there. And it'll slide right off. So I'm pretty tight when it's on there, but it slides right off. HK also says that when you return this, if you have an optic mounted up here, when you return it on, it returns to 0, so you don't need to re-zero anything. And you can see here, this is your piston, and that bolt that goes through there is going through this groove right here, if you're just wondering. One great thing on this is because of this piston system, this gun stays really clean. And there's never anything in here, even after a whole day of shooting. It's very clean. It's not like on your regular AR. And pretty much all the buildup is just here in the piston. So you take that off, remove your piston, and this is really where you're going to find all the dirt. You just clean that up, and you can see mine was actually still pretty dirty. I didn't clean it after the last time we took it out and shot it, but you know, that's all there is to taking that out and getting it cleaned up. So that was the HK MR556A1, all taken apart now, sitting here on my table. All in all, you know, like I said, this is one of my favorite weapons that we have here. This gun shoots great. It's very accurate. It's extremely reliable. And HK is famous for that, and this system that they have, their piston system, is famous for being a very reliable system. It's pricey, like I said, anywhere from $2,700 to $3,000. You're going to pick one of these up. But this is a phenomenal rifle, in my opinion, and that's really all these reviews are. But this rifle is worth every penny. Again, like we talked about earlier in the video, depends on what you're looking for. If you're just looking for a standard AR, this might not be what you're looking for. But if you're looking for just a great platform, something real reliable, a match rifle, you know, and you're willing to spend the extra bucks for the quality, I would recommend checking these out. You'll find them in your local gun shops. They are just great guns. I'm real happy with this one. I'm hoping that we have it for a long time, and I think we will. I mean, this is a very reliable, great gun. Real happy with it. So next you'll see some video of us shooting the HK. And thanks a lot for watching Rough Gear Review, guys. If you have any questions, or comments, please feel free to ask. We'll answer anything we can. And again, thanks a lot for watching, guys.